We're parked at the Parrot, okay? Parrot Mall. Bag check.
Trying to do a backflip.
I have never been here, so this would be my first time.
Pretty on the walls. A lion, then another lion.
Oh, bag check. Bag check. Here, let's turn around.
1, 2, 3.
Honey, turn around.
Okay, 2, 3, Jenny. Okay.
Stand right in the middle, Brayden. Right in the middle. You and Daddy. Honey. Look, stand. Take off your mask. 1, 2, 3. Nicely.
You don't need a mask off in the outside.
Okay,
If you're waiting over there, okay. But right now we're in the open.
me and Brayden.
No.
Come on. Try the mobile app. And all the people over there. Donor Club entrance. Hey, Peanuts. It's the Peanuts song. There's
Why
no-
is it everywhere?
What?
Song is everywhere.
Because it's so fun.
Remember that from one that said
You
that
wanna,
people think it's funny, but it's not.
Perfect.
your mom got everything.
We are in San Diego. Oh, you want to take a picture?
Shut up.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, let's go to the right then. Follow Daddy. I want to get a map too for myself. Should we do the bus tour?
You gotta pay that? Oh no, it's included.
Ooh, it's cold. The crows.
You parked already, the stroller? Okay.
wow. There's a banana down there. It's a pathway down there? Holy smokes.
Don't drop the camera.
No, I'm not gonna. Oh, is that a breadfruit?
No.
Oh, it's fig. That's interesting. Hmm?
It's like the Universal.
Little Disneyland, here we go.
It's sort of like the Universal Studios.
Bus tour.
Last time we came in, every day, I just walked.
You walk the whole thing. 80-year-old Fern Canyon. Oh, this is 80-year-old.
How strong is this wind?
Everybody was going.
Because you can see everything from up there.
What do you want from down here?
No? Stairs up.
No, I didn't see this ramp.
On what? We're on the top, guys. We're on the top.
At this point, it'll be a slow thing.
Okay, thank you. You guys go behind me. Go behind me. Yay. I should sit on the end.
All right, are you guys ready
Really?
for adventure? All right, let's go see the world. Welcome to the San Diego Zoo Guided Bus Tour. My name is Kelly. I'm going to be your driver and your tour guide for the next
Hope it doesn't
30
rain.
miles or so. And we're going to travel all over the globe, visiting several of our conservation hubs. The San Diego Zoo Wildlife Alliance is a conservation organization, so that's going to be at the heart of everything that we do. As we travel around the world, we have these conservation hubs. These are areas where we concentrate our conservation
Really?
efforts. I'm also going to tell you some directions as we make our way around the zoo so you'll know right where to explore once you get off this tour.
That's the
Alright,
entrance.
to the right-hand side of the bus, you'll find Peacock Way and the Monkey Trail. That's where you'll find the majority of the primates here at the zoo.
No
If
flamingo.
you look to the right about now, you're going to see Caribbean or American flamingo. Now look at that vivid pink color that they're sporting. I'll tell you a bit more about that pink color once we get down to another species of flamingo. To the left is the entrance and exit. That's where you joined us this morning. We're so glad you're here with us. Just by walking through our front doors, you're helping us out by being an ally for wildlife in our overall mission of creating a world where all life thrives. Forward of that big extra sign to the left, you're going to find the amphibians, the reptiles, the insect house, the wildlife explorers base camp, and an access point to that Sky-Safari aerial tram that'll be flying across the skies of the San Diego Zoo shortly. All right, we're going to dip down into the long forest, and as we do so,
Oh, right there.
listen to these
Oh, we can ride that later.
Please keep your hands, feet, your arms, your legs,
Whoa.
toes, your tails, all parts of you and your children inside of the bus. If you'd like to stand up to see the wildlife, no problem, just hang on to the seats and benches around you. Please do not stand up on the benches. Folks up top, there's the camera. I can see you even though you can't see me. No monkey business up there. It makes for a lot of paperwork. And, well, we try to keep all the shenanigans at the zoo over on the Monkey Trail anyway. So, all right, let's start the tour. Anybody want to take a guess as to how many individual animals we have here at the world famous San Diego Zoo?
1,000 monkeys.
Oh, you're in for quite a shock. We've got over 10,000
Wow.
individual animals, and that does not include the insects in the insect house. They move around a lot, they're kind of hard to count. They represent about 300 different species. Now, it's not just about animals here at the San Diego Zoo. Look around you. You are traveling through the most visited botanical garden in the United States. We take expert care of our plants. They're super important for all ecosystems. They're the base of the food chain. They provide homes to all sorts of wildlife and super important for that carbon dioxide oxygen exchange called photosynthesis, arguably one of the most important processes on the planet Earth. Oh my goodness, what a great way to start the tour. All right, people in the back, hang on. I'm going to slowly move forward.
Everything is on the
right.
All right, so our tiger, I think this is Connor here, Malayan tiger. Look at the tree, look to the right, he's up on the ledge. Get folks right above me, take a look now. I'm going to slowly move forward. And then you're going to get a beautiful view of bamboo. So look at the tiger now. All right, here we go. You guys know why tigers have stripes?
Can you see it?
Oh, yeah, there
Why so they can't be spotted, of course. They're predator animals. Believe it or not, most of their prey is going to be colorblind. So the stripes actually do help them to blend into the forest floor. Now, Malayan tigers are critically endangered, as all subspecies of tigers are critically endangered in the wild, so they really need our help. What we're doing here at the San Diego Zoo, they are part of our species survival plan. That's like online dating for wildlife. We match them up for the strongest biodiversity in their offspring, genetically speaking. That's because when you are genetically biodiverse, you're going to be resilient, more likely to survive when there's change. And we do live in an ever-changing world. A rapidly changing world, especially when it comes to the habitats for these tigers. Rainforests are being cut down at alarming rates. So, something that you can do to help out the tigers every single day is to watch your carbon footprint. Doing things like looking for shade-grown coffee can help out animals like the tigers, as well as the river hippos. Oh my goodness, our lovely ladies are out and about today. But it helps to stop or even slow down habitat destruction. All right, so if you haven't seen on the right-hand side, take a look at our lovely ladies.
Oh, there's
The lovely ladies.
3 ladies in our float here from River Hippos. Now, look at what they're eating. They are herbivores. right. They are big animals.
Yeah.
They are plants. What I think is really cool about river hippos is something called blood sweat. It sounds like something out of a comic book or something. But it's a natural secretion, a mucus that's red in color, and they secrete it on their skin. It helps to protect their skin from the sun's dangerous rays. They're very sensitive to the sun's dangerous rays. Scientists are actually studying this blood
they're all
sweat
out 'cause
because
they're
an
eating breakfast,
application
yeah.
for humans. It does denature pretty quickly, so they're still in the research phases. Now there is an animal on the other side, other than the hippos. If you look, that is called an okapi over there. They are kind of like the giraffes of the rainforest. You can see the stripes on their hind legs. You might think they're related to a zebra. They are not. Closer relationship with a giraffe. They've got that long neck and a long tongue. Now those okapi are a critically endangered species and also part of our species survival plan. All right, the next animals we're going to see are going to be on the right-hand side. They're going to be primates. We have two species in this particular habitat, red-tailed guenon and swamp monkeys. Usually the red-tailed guenon are easily picked out because they've got the long red tails. Lower deck, they may be down on the ground. You might have to stand up. Our primates, many of our primates, they like it warm, so if you don't see them out and about right now, come back and visit them a little bit later in the day as it warms up a bit. All right. All of those primates actually came to the San Diego Zoo victims of the illegal exotic pet trade and the illegal bushmeat trade. So they're all rescues. Many of our animals here are rescues to the San Diego Zoo. We remind you to stick to domestic animals for pets, wild animals. Some of them are pretty cute, but they don't make good pets. And anytime you take one animal out of the wild, it's not just that one animal, it's all the alleles found on their gene code. And that can lead to a loss of biodiversity, which is a real challenge in the natural world. And it's one of those challenges we have in the world of conservation. It affects animals like those primates as well as animals like our lions. All right, to the left-hand side, you're going to see another little flamboyant of flamingos right here up against the wall. Now, this particular flamboyant flamingo is called a greater flamingo or an African flamingo. It is the largest species of flamingo. There are 6 in our world. They get that particular color. You'll notice it's a little bit paler than the ones we saw up in the front seat. They get it from the crustaceans and algae that they eat. That will differ from continent to continent. So these particular ones are from Africa, the ones at the front of the plaza when we first pulled out. Those are from the American continent, and that's why they look different colors. All right, one of my favorite birds here to the left. These are called cormorants right here, and they're pretty cool birds. What I think is really cool, and it probably has to do with the fact I'm a biology teacher when I'm not
they're
here.
fighting over there. There's 3 of them fighting.
Solid bones. If you remember back to middle school science, you may know that most birds have hollow bones, and that'll be true for the birds to the right-hand
Look at the one
side.
that's on the
Up
net.
on that boardwalk, that's the Eagle Walk, and you'll
You
find
see the one on the
birds
net?
of prey right there. So
He
they
flew
are
out. How did he do that?
because they need to take flight. But the birds to the left, the cormorants, they've got solid bones. They're divers. They're swimmers. There are some species. This particular one is
That's
from
a different
Africa,
kind
but
of-
there are some species that can dive 150 feet deep, and they swim better than fish. That's a pretty cool bird. All right, we are going to take this turn and head up Polar Hill. You are in one of 2 front doors here at the San Diego Zoo Wildlife Alliance. Our second front door is the Safari Park. The Safari Park is located in Escondido, California, about 30 miles north of here. It's about 20 times the size of the zoo and home to many of our breeding programs. It's also home to the Frozen Zoo. We're saving tissue and cell samples of all sorts of animals. It's just another measure that we're taking to help end extinction rates. Check in with member services to upgrade your ticket.
The bridge. Oh.
If you can make a day in the Safari Park, I do highly recommend it. It's a really beautiful park. Lots to learn and
There's the
All right, on
freeway.
the right-hand side, you're going to see the larger umbrellas that on the African Savannah home. These are going to be the zebras and the elands. The elands will be the brown ones with the twisty horns. Zebras, of course, with stripes. Now they're going to use their stripes a bit different from the tiger. A zebra would be a free animal, so they're going to use their stripes to confuse a predator. Not a tiger, they don't live in the same place, but maybe a lion. They'll confuse the predator. It's hard for them to determine where one zebra starts and the other one stops. All right, to the right in the forward habitat, these are going to be smaller umbrellas found on the African savanna. We've got speaks, gazelles, and lesser kudu. The lesser kudus will be the brown ones with the white stripes. We will pop in and see if our polar bears are up and active. They're going to be on the left-hand side. I will stop the bus here. If we see polar bears, we'll stay for a few moments. If not, we'll move on to animals we can see a little bit better. All right, upper deck and dependent on you. Give me a thumbs up if you see a polar bear here. Anybody see polar bear? All right, I am seeing a bunch of thumbs down. So we're going to let the vehicle traffic get by us, and then we'll move right along and spend more time with animals that we can see a little better. Now, our polar bears do tend to be pretty active at this time of day, or usually, so it might be a good place to head to once you get off the tour. Polar bears do represent our ocean
They're
conservation hub,
their
and they definitely need our help. For polar bears and animals like elephants that are challenged with climate
I
change,
think it's on the rock over there.
watching your carbon footprint, and we're all going to use fossil fuels, absolutely, but the idea is to adopt an attitude of conservation when we do, and most importantly, to teach that attitude of conservation to our children. All right, on the right-hand side, as we come up here, the next two habitats will be an animal called a bonkabonk. We've got two females in the first habitat and then a male. I do see our male close to the wall here. He's going to be easily visible. Interestingly, these animals don't jump. They won't jump. They were critically endangered, but they're one of more than 40-foot projects that we've got going on. They're never pretty vulnerable, so we've been pretty successful with our bonkabonk there. All right, next animal on the right-hand side. One of my favorites, called a southern gyrodon. Look at those horns. Always reminds me of the comic book character Loki in the Marvel comics. They've got an adaptation that allows them to stand up straight on 2 feet, just like a person. That's pretty cool. They can resource partition. That means they can reach the resources that others, like the giraffes and the gazelles, may not. Now, this whole polar bear go right out of the pig on the left. Definitely come back and see them. They are out and active. To the right, we've got Chicoan peccaries from South America right here. With the peccaries, it's called a peccary. So to the left, we've got our Sky Safari aerial tram. Now, this will be a quick way to get back over here to hang out with our polar bears. It's a one-way trip across the skies of the San Diego Zoo, included with the price of your admission. So you can ride back and forth as many times as you'd like. But at 5 p.m. it turns into a round-trip flight. That way you can enjoy all of the holiday lights. The whole zoo will be lit up, and you can see the city lights from downtown. Pretty nice. Definitely check that out a little bit later. To the right, we've got our 4D theater showing a special movie called Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Lots of fun for the kiddos. It's all immersive. And then on the left, we've got mountain lions. Now, Tahoe and Sierra are their names. They're usually best seen at dawn and dusk. That's when they're going to be the most active. And like all predator cats, they're going to be blending into their environment. They can be pretty hard to pick out. I see one way up at the top.
Oh
if
yeah,
you
he's
look at
up
their
there.
coloration and blend into their habitat. And again, being able to sneak up on your prey is an important attribute of a predator. Now we do have mountain lions right there in San Diego. The natural range goes from northern Canada all the way to the tip of South America. They're known by more than 25 different names. Catamount and cougar are just a couple. Now while we have them here, it's rare to see them because again, we're not the prey for a mountain lion. Alright, to the left we're going to have the carnivorous plant garden. These are going to be plants that obtain energy in ways other than just photosynthesis. We've got a pretty cool group of pincher plants here. If you're into botany or you've never seen one, definitely check them out. They're pretty interesting plants. To the right, we're entering into Elephant Odyssey.
Elephant.
All right, to the left, I love these little guys here. They are called rock pirates.
Bones in the wall.
And I always think it's interesting because they look like they're in piles of rocks. That's how they hang out a lot. What do they remind
so
you guys
cute.
of?
Groundhog.
Oh, I heard somebody say mongoose. Okay.
Groundhog.
Interesting. I've had a kid on my bus once tell me Sonic the Hedgehog. I was like, okay, I can see that. Usually I get ground squirrel or chipmunk. Believe it or not, their closest living relative, an elephant.
This is an elephant. This is, I forgot what this is called.
Classification. It's a pretty incredible thing. It has to do with their mammary glands and their molars.
They make
If
really
they opened up their
weird
mouth, they
noise.
have little tufts on their
South
front molars.
African
Hyrax.
All right, to the right, our African lions here.
Oh my God, it's right there. It's right there.
And Ernest.
See it?
Ernest is like to hang out with his
Oh my goodness.
What the?
You know,
Wake up.
yeah.
Oh my God.
Take a
This
picture.
is one of my favorite animals here at the zoo. And we do a lot with lion conservation, working with a number of different organizations. I mentioned earlier I'm a teacher when I'm not here, so the one that's close to my heart is called Adopted Lions. They primarily deal with education. They educate folks coming out from Savannah how to coexist peacefully with these large predator cats. The lions face the challenges. The loss of rangeland is one, but also that loss of biodiversity. It's challenging. So we work with that. We help preserve rangeland with organizations like Northern Rangeland Trust. We do a lot of education with Alachua Lions. Now I'm going to go off mic. Look in the cave on the right-hand side. She does not like noises, so I'm going to go off mic. This is our jaguar.
Lion. Up in the cave in the corner. Or is it over here?
I didn't see it.
Down.
Alright, so that is very
I got a picture. I got
my microphone, so if I talk, forget up the hopefully you got to see her in the cave right there, our jaguar.
I got a picture.
Representing our Amazon conservation.
Oh, is it the elephant? See the elephant right there?
Strong jaws. And they use those strong jaws to drive their prey up into the trees to get them. Alright, to the right, we've got a couple of animals. There's a lot going on over here. We've got Bart's Keepers. This is going to be a gray animal with a long nose. Sometimes they're mistaken as baby elephants. They are not any relationship to an elephant.
In the window.
We also have happy arrows over here, the world's largest rodent. And I'm sure you probably
You see the one in the window over there?
large gray animal over there that's usually recognizable. This is an elephant, an African savanna elephant. This is over there. These are the boys. So here at the San Diego Zoo, we have 4 African savanna elephants. 3 are males, and they're going to hang out in a little backyard right here. And then hopefully our female is going to be on the other side of our elephant there. We do a whole lot with elephant conservation as well. You know, we're a flagship when it comes to conservation. We've got lots of programs that are all ongoing. With our elephants, we work with, so many organizations. Save the Elephants, the Nature Conservatory, Northern Rangeland Trust, and the Ritetti Elephant Sanctuary. We do a lot of research. There's a huge component of research in conservation. And up at the safari park, we were able to determine if you can't have mother elephant milk, the next best thing, believe it or not, is goat milk. Chemically, elephant milk and goat milk are the closest. So we now work with goat farmers in Kenya to help provide milk for the orphaned baby elephants at the Ritetti Sanctuary. Alright, well here at the San Diego Zoo, we do something called protective care. So you're never going to see our care staff in with an elephant. Anything big like an elephant, teeth like a tiger, claws like a bear. And I do see our expert care staff here in the elephant habitat, so our elephants are not going to be over on this side right now. Let's move on to the dromedary camels right here, also called Arabian camels. They are the one camel
Oh, look at the
and
camel.
domestic in nature. We do have some wild camels left in our world. Bactrian camels found in parts of Mongolia and China.
Feels like I'm playing.
Alright, coming up on the right-hand side, this is one of our stars here at the San Diego Zoo, our California condors. Back in the 1980s, we had fewer than 22 California condors.
Oh, jeez.
So wild.
Oh.
Alright, so he's right here on the tree. Notice he doesn't have any feathers on his head. That is part of nature's cleanup crew right there. Technically, they are called New World vultures
He's
here.
looking
Our
this
California
way.
condor, the native people groups in the Southwest
looking at
Conservation Hub would have called them thunderbirds because the flap of their wings sounds like a clash of thunder. So they're kind of a star around here, and let me explain. Back in the 1980s, 22 were left. We rounded them up together with U.S. Fish and Wildlife and the Los Angeles Zoo, started a breeding program, and this last summer we celebrated our 250th chick hatch up at the safari park. So we're making great progress with our condors. We're not finished yet, but it really shows you what we can do in conservation to prevent extinction.
From 22 to 250.
The best part of the story is they have been seen, some of the birds we've released, in Pinnacles National Park on trail cameras with little fledglings of their own. So it's come full circle, and it is definitely a testament to conservation work and the importance, the value of that conservation work here in our world. Now, if you'd like to join us in that important conservation work that we're doing, things like those California condors, the bunk or polar bears, or giant pandas, you can do that by becoming a donor. Look on our website or the San Diego Zoo app for more information on how to help us out. We also have memberships available. They do make a perfect gift, so you
Oh,
can find out
what
more
is that?
information
It's on
at member
the it's on the
services,
stuff, Brayden. You see it?
as well as,
You see it?
the San Diego Zoo app and
Cute.
website. Oh my goodness,
It's so
the mirror
cute.
cat. Okay, every once in a while, you'll see the mirror cat get up on top of this termite back here, and it looks like they're doing that right now. So he's not just sitting up there for a perfect picture. He's got an important job. This man cat is the sentry. That means he's on guard duty. He is looking out for any kind of danger. Now they're from sub-Saharan Africa, and they just happen to be on the menu for pretty much everything. So the lookout cat
Oh, so cute.
some of those natural behaviors our animals are going to exhibit, even though they're perfectly safe here at the San Diego Zoo. We do explore babies that were born a couple months ago.
You see them? They're standing up.
Eyes of mom and dad. If you come back a little bit later. All right, we're entering into the covey habitat of Africa Rocks. The first animal is going to be a trumpeter hornbill. I do see one right here. There's a mated pair in here. If you're familiar with that movie, The Lion King, the character Zazu, the bird that helps take care of Simba. There you go, right here. Ooh,
Yep.
vocalize. Now they actually sound like crying babies. They can really start vocalizing, and you're going to be looking for babies in the bushes over here.
Walter, look at this cactus.
It's remarkably similar, but the foxes are very active participants in the rearing of the little fledglings.
That's fake, Walter. I think
In the
that's
world
real.
of birds, you're a hatchling when you hatch out of your shell, and then you're a fledgling once you leave the nest. To the left-hand side, you're going to see some of the tropical fruit trees, part of the botanical
bananas.
garden, and to the right, you're going to get an overview of Africa Rocks. This particular area is meant to resemble the Ethiopian highlands. Now, we do have a troop of baboons over here, but they've got to be in just the right spot as we roll by. We'll take a look and see. Once we come by here, if we can see them. It kind of depends on where the whole troop happens to be standing. I always recommend that you walk through Africa Rocks. The bus gives you an overview. Oh, I see a couple over there, kind of on the tree to the right-hand side. If you look far over, you might be able to see them. They're kind of smaller animals, and from a distance, it can be challenging to see them. Come walk through Africa Rocks for your best observations of those animals. All right, to the right, let's say good day to our koala representing our Australian Forest Conservation Hub. In the second tree, I do see one of the females. She might have a joey over here with her.
Oh, there he is.
Now the koalas are marsupials, so when they take on couches, then they start off the size of a jelly bean. They've got to make it over to mom's couch.
I got it. I got it.
Koalas, you just have to go by foot. If you didn't get a close look at that one, we'll get another opportunity. Cross our fingers, maybe we'll see one of the males on our second visual. All right, friends, we're going to be going a little bit quickly down Center Street here. We've got some sensitive wildlife.
Beer garden.
Off mic.
It's a bear garden.
It's called an Andean bear. His name is Francisco, if he happens to be out and about. I'll get back on mic a little bit later as we head down Center Street or Bear Canyon.
October.
Is the hot tour here?
I don't want the October.
Is the hot tour here? She's going slow because there's like spots that are kind of a little rough. Hold on to your phone really well.
Oh my gosh, it's right there. You see it? It's right there.
Oh, I see it. Black bear. Oh. It's a spectacle bear. Yes.
Oh my goodness.
All right, I did see Francisco, our Andean bear. That was the first bear that you saw. It looks like they're grizzly bears. It is winter time. They are grizzly bears. They may be doing some long napping over here. I don't see them out and about. Now, that Andean bear that you saw is the only bear that's found in South America. The inspiration for Paddington the bear.
Oh, Paddington.
All right, we do have a sloth bear right here on the right. One of our male sloth bears is here. But yeah, it's winter. The bears are usually slowed awake. I think I see him up in his like nest
Oh, there he
area.
is. He's right there.
And we also have
See him?
another Andean bear here. His name is
sleeping
Turbo.
like
He
Daisy.
is actually the father of Francisco, the first bear that you saw. And I do see him. So look in the cave, look up. He's got like a little tree fort in there. He's snoozing. So it's very normal for our bears to be slowed awake in the winter months. It's being a bear. All right, we have got a couple of bears that you don't see by us. Our sun bear, her name is Marcella. She is located on Sun Bear Trail. She is the smallest species of bear and the inspiration for Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh.
And then, of course, we've got these black and white bears. You may have heard of them. They're pretty popular these days. We've got Simbao and Yuchuan, our giant pandas. And you know what's interesting? Francisco and Turbo, those are Andean bears. When you look at bears, the giant panda, a true bear species, their closest relative is actually an Andean bear. So kind of interesting. Anyway, they are located on Panda Ridge.
Oh yeah.
Panda Ridge is going to be at the bottom of Center Street to the left. I'll point that out once we get down to the bottom. If you see some primates in the distance, there's a glassed area. They do like it hot and humid. These are Francois Wagner's, a primate from Vietnam. So just want to make sure you know what you're seeing as we go by here. Our giant pandas, if you don't have a time ticket, there is a standby line. Make sure you're in that line before 4:30 p.m. because that habitat is going to close. As I mentioned earlier, I am a teacher here in one of the local San Diego schools. My specialty is AP Biology and AP Environmental Science. I love sharing my passion for ecology, conservation, and of course being good stewards of our environment with all of you as much as my students.
Oh, what is that up
All
there?
right, to the left, this is where you're going to go for Panda Ridge. Down low is Panda Ridge. Up high, you're going to see Basher Bridge. We do have elevators in Basher Bridge. If you cross Basher Bridge, that's going to take you right over to the elephant. But we're going to take a right-hand turn here and head into Africa Rocks. And from the vantage point we're in now, we're going to be starting in the southern tip of Africa, South Africa.
Swami. Oh, let's eat over here.
And we're going to be heading back up the Ethiopian highlands.
We'll
The
open
first
later.
animal we're going to visit with is called a African penguin. So that's the warm weather penguin. So you're going to look on your left-hand side as we come up this hill. Now again, the bus is only going to give you an overview here of Africa Rocks, and we're kind of limited to what happens to be up on the walls.
Oh, is he the penguin?
I do encourage
See
you
the
to walk
penguin?
back through this habitat.
So
There
cute.
are many underwater viewing areas here. They are flight experts, so lots of fun
They're
to
swimming,
watch
aw.
as they are swimming
Oh, it's so
underwater in their
cute.
habitat there. I see a couple up on the beach. For a better look, definitely come back by foot. Also on the left-hand side, you're going to see Raging Falls right here. And then we celebrate the island of Madagascar within Africa Rocks. It's an island off the coast of Africa, and it's the only place on Earth where you naturally find lemurs. There are more than 150 species of lemurs on Madagascar. Let's see if we see any maybe. Oh, the red Rumpus lemurs. There's a couple of them right over there on the rock down low. As we come
Oh,
by.
there they are. Oh,
It's like the rest of them bullshit right out of view.
Everybody always calls that every single
Let me get that. I got a couple of people. My kids tell me I'm not that funny. Alright, to the left here you got
Oh, look,
birds,
it's right there.
monkeys, the primates,
The monkey.
oh, look at the leopard. It's never happened.
Oh, the
Look at the
leopard.
wall right
Oh.
here. Wow. Beautiful, beautiful. Leopards are all-star athletes right here. They swim, they jump, they run, they climb, they do it all. They are part of our species survival plan. And only once in a blue moon do we see them by bus up on the walls of their habitat. So, pretty exciting
they're-
stuff right here.
that's gonna be his food.
Oh, yay. This is a good one. Alright, our leopard habitat is all over here on the left-hand side. Now, let's see if our honey badger to the right, maybe she'll be out. Cookie is her name. I don't see her out and about right now. But you do have to see an animal that's black and white, that's a honey badger.
inside there.
Alright.
Oh,
So figure 3 is the boys out. This is our Australian Forest Conservation Hub again, where we find our male koalas. Believe it or not, male koalas are highly territorial. They will fight. They're only going to have one per tree for the males, and they're going to be on this side of the building. And it doesn't look like they are where we can see them easily by bus, but again, you can't usually see them. You just have to walk through the habitat to be able to get up close to our koalas. Now the trees over here, these will be the females again, if you happen to see them. I think I see one in the first tree there. In science, we call koalas highly specialized animals just because they eat one thing and one thing alone.
So cute.
Eucalyptus.
Oh,
If it's not
eucalyptus.
eucalyptus, they're not going to eat it. And as you can imagine, if you've only got one food source, you're going to have challenges if anything happens to your food source. Maybe you remember prior to the pandemic, we had wildfires that came across the Australian continent, and they definitely posed some challenges to koalas. The loss of habitat there. We are working with the University of Queensland in Australia to better understand those challenges, because again, our mission is to create a world where all life thrives. That includes the tigers, the polar bears, the koala, and the people, of course, as well. I do want to point out on the right, our urban jungle in the center, you'll find a pretty handsome fella. His name is Maza. He is the greater one-horned rhino. And then you'll also find our giraffe, crested porcupine, and the world's fastest land mammal, our cheetah. That's all going to be in the urban jungle. Our tour buses will not be traveling in the urban jungle today. Well, my friends, we're coming towards the end of our tour here. I do like to remind everyone, you're a non-profit organization, so everything that you do here at the San Diego Zoo, from your snacks to your souvenirs, well, they all go back, it all goes back to our animals and our worldwide conservation efforts. Now, not just because I'm a teacher when I'm not here, but I do hope that you learned a little bit along the way. Little things that we
Nothing.
can all do, conserving energy, conserving water, looking for that shade-grown coffee the next time we're in the grocery store, so we're helping to preserve those habitats for animals
Put away
like
your
the
tissue
tigers.
in your bedroom.
And most of all, this comes from the heart of an educator. I do hope that I've inspired you to learn as much as you can about these incredible animals that we share our planet with. The San Diego Zoo app as well as the website are great places to start learning. You can also find more information on becoming a member as well as a donor in both of those spots as well. All right, I'm going to be unloading the lower level first, then I'll come upstairs and I'm going to unload the upper
Ooh,
level.
there's the unloading.
From unloading, if you exit and you turn to the left, you can get to Center Street or Bear Canyon. At the bottom of Bear Canyon, take a left. That'll take you to Panda Ridge. If you go left, you can also reach the urban jungle and Africa Rocks. The nice thing about Africa Rocks to the left.
It depends.
That was fun.
Really?
Wasn't that fun? We had the yellow bus.
Maybe said she'd get a diaper.
Maybe, yeah, that's the point.
So funny. Ooh, now we get to walk around. The sky one?
Did you download that?
Yeah, I have it.
You gotta reserve a time.
That is where we came from. Look at all the people. Where is the
I think it's gonna be like this the whole day.
There's a lot of people. Where are the restaurants? Hey, they have a. I think so. Restrooms this way. Brayden, go with Daddy. Restrooms over here. You wanna go? You should go.